Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in all Magic the Gathering formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you all for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, and I am bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we're playing Blue-White Spirits. We are in the draw. This hand's a little awkward because we have two port towns. I do think it's a keepable hand though, so I think we are going to go ahead and keep it. Our opponent here is playing with an avatar I have never seen before. That's definitely interesting. Scrambled... I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Oh, orangutan. So that is definitely an interesting avatar. We are going to go ahead and keep this hand, I think. We do have one drops into, and if we draw like a top deck any land, pretty much, I think we're golden. So we're going to go ahead and keep this. Our opponent started off with Island. So no possible plays. Our opponent might be blue-white control. That is the worst land to have top decked. Let's go ahead and start with a port town. Alright, our opponent might be blue-green. I think I'm going to go ahead and play this port town also. And we're going to go ahead and pass, I think. Let's go ahead and play the Wanderer out now. Because next turn we can go Curious Obsession and Spectral Sailor and get in for 3. So we definitely want to try and be the aggressor. Our opponent... Oh, it looks like they're playing like blue-green Flash. Wildborn Preserver. That's a card out of Throne of Eldraine. Whenever a non-human creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. If you do, put X 1/1 counters on Wildborn Preserver. Alright, there's an island finally. So I do think the play is going to be... this is so weird. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead... Let me start off by playing Supreme Phantom, because if they have a control element... I want them to counter the Phantom over... Yeah, and they have a Disallow. I want them to counter the Phantom over the Curious Obsession. So we'll go ahead and get in for 2 now. And be able to draw a card. So card advantage is going to be super important in this matchup. And next turn we can play the Mutavault, play Spectral Sailor to get in for 3, and then leave up Spell Queller. I'm going to go ahead and move the combat first. I'm a little surprised our opponent didn't attack there. They might have just yielded through it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and flash in Spectral Sailor here. This Wildborn Preserver does have reach. I don't think our opponent realized, though, that we can just pump it with the Mausoleum Wanderer. Interesting. So I'm going to go ahead here and flash in Spell Queller. And this is going to double pump the Mausoleum Wanderer and also counter the Disallow. So we'll see here. We're going to go ahead and steal the Disallow here. And this is going to work out pretty heavily in our favor. So now we have a bunch of threats on board. Our opponent's playing a blue-green deck, and they don't have any counter spells. Well, they might have counter spells, but they don't have anything that can really destroy this. And yeah, it looks like our opponent just concedes here. Again, this deck losing Oko, it does seem like a good deck, but just the deck losing Oko and us being able to get on the battlefield and be reactive is going to be super good for us here. So I think I actually want the Mystical Disputes here. I don't think I care about spot removal. It looks like they're playing a low curve, so I don't want Disdainful Stroke here. Again, removal, and they're not playing Curious Obsession. So I could see bringing in 1 or 2 Dovin's Vetoes, but I really think the Mystical Disputes are going to be the best card in this matchup. And we definitely want to be playing a flash game. So I don't think Herald's needed. Again, this is a card I'm going to cut the majority of the time. I think it is a very good flex spot. It's a good card, especially in the opening games when you don't know exactly what you're going to be playing against. And it does have flash, but just being a 2/1 that just taps a creature, if it had more flexibility, like the ability to tap a land in addition, I debate keeping it in, but I think just straight up cutting it for the Mystical Disputes is the correct play. Selfless Spirit, I think, is fine. I don't think they're going to have too many removal spells, so that's not something I'm going to be too concerned about. So I could actually see cutting a Selfless Spirit here, and I guess they could have fight spells. That's a little weird. All right, I'm going to cut one Selfless Spirit and bring in a Dovin Veto, but I don't think I want more than this. I think Mystical Dispute is going to shine really well. The Dovin's Veto might be okay, but I don't want too much else here from the sideboard. I think our hand... I think our deck's very reactive, and I think we're going to be favored in that. Our hand, though, isn't too good. If we had another land, this would be a great hand, but we're going to go ahead and mulligan here. All right, this hand is a lot better than our first one, so we're going to go ahead and keep. I don't want to put this Mausoleum Wanderer on the bottom, but I think it being guaranteed... I think I have to. Guaranteeing we hit 3 lands in a row is very important in this matchup. So we're going to go ahead, no possible plays. And if we knew we were going to draw that land, then it would be better. But we're going to go ahead and play Mausoleum Wanderer here. And it looks like our opponent threw in a Spectral Sailor. So we'll see here if they have the Curious Obsession or not. If they don't, I think that's fine. We just take the 1. We will be getting in for 1 ourselves. If we knew we were going to draw all these lands, we would have kept, obviously, the other Mausoleum Wanderer. But we had no guarantee we're going to draw the lands. Alright, so we are down to 17, which could be problematic, but as soon as next turn happens, where we're going to be able to start holding up Spell Quellers, I think we're going to be favored more in the matchup. Interesting. So our opponent left up 3 mana, I assume for a Disallow or another removal spell, but again, being able to be reactive as opposed to proactive, I don't think that's something we're worried about too much. So again, we're going to stay on pace with our opponent. I don't mind taking this 1 damage, because if our opponent's just going to attempt to throw in something to boost the boost the aggression, I think we're favored more in that instance than they are. Alright, again, we're just going to end up playing this little counter war, I think. Maybe I should have played the Selfless Spirit there. I definitely missed out on a point of damage. I think that's okay, though. I think I want to leave up the Spell Queller as opposed to the Selfless Spirit Dovin's Veto. And here... Alright, they're just going to actually draw a card here. So now I wonder if I should just flash in Selfless Spirit. Or Spell Queller, I mean. Just to play it. Nah, I guess I'll hold it up. Because next turn we have the ability to Spell Queller and Dovin's Veto. It will put them a little ahead, but... I think I'm going to say yes to this. I think I'm going to go ahead and attempt to play the Supreme Phantom now. 1, it's a good blocker. 2, it boosts the Mausoleum Wanderer quite a bit. And if they react to this, we have both Dovin's Veto and Spell Queller, which are very good cards. So we'll see here what their play is, what exactly they want to play. This could definitely be a game-changing moment in either side. I think Wildborn Preserver is fine in this instance. Okay. Wow. I'm surprised that actually actually came to be. So now if they react to anything, though, we're going to be able to react as well. Interesting play from our opponent, that's for sure. Alright, they sent Cycle Sensor here. And untap. Alright, our opponent has a lot of lands. They have not missed a land drop yet. We're kind of in the same boat, but I think our plays might be a little better. Maybe I'm wrong, though. We'll see if they play a little more proactively. They could flash in something like a Spectral Sailor. Yeah, it looks like they're going to flash in something now and then attempt to just potentially boost the Wildborn Preserver as much as they can. So I think I'm going to go ahead, being that they're being a little more proactive than they probably should be, I'm going to go ahead and attempt a Spell Queller here. Oh, and wow, they have Frilled Mystic. So at the bare minimum, this at least prevents them from putting a bunch of stuff on Wildborn Preserver. We do lose a Spell Queller here, which is a little unfortunate. But again, we're going to be able to kind of force them to play things. And next turn, we can just play Selfless Spirit, attack in for 3, and be in pretty good shape, in my opinion. And again, if they attack here, we're just able to block. And they're not going to get any damage through, really. So I think we are favored at the moment. And again, with Brineborn Cutthroat, they want to be playing on our turn. So this is definitely an interesting position for us and our opponent. Because as much as I want to play reactively and hold up Dovin's Veto and Spell Queller, I kind of want to get the Selfless Spirit on board. That way we can attack through the Wildborn Preserver. Unless they just attack here with the Wildborn Preserver. Then I might take a turn and play, keep Dovin's Veto and Spell Queller up. Again, our opponent wants to play the rest of this game, though, on our turn. So we want to get down as much power as we can in the meantime. Alright, there's another Selfless Spirit. Or Spell Queller. I apologize. Alright, so Mausoleum Wanderer in. And again, Mausoleum Wanderer is a potential counterspell as well that we have to keep in mind. I think on a turn here, I might just flash in the Spell Queller and force them to react. I think taking 3 here is fine. Not only does it pump our Mausoleum Wanderer, it forces them to react. Again, that's fine. If I drew a Brazen Borrower here, I think it'd be pretty much game over. Alright, they can block one thing here. Ooh, we drew Port Town. That's not very good. Alright, they can block one thing here. And then they can counterattack for a bunch. So let me think this through for a minute. If I attack with everything, I think we lose on the attack back. Because they block Wildborn Preserver. All right, let's see. We attack with everything. They block here, and they block here or something. They take potentially 4. I lose 1 creature. They lose a creature. Next turn, they can attack for 5, 6, 7, 11. Yeah, they attack for a bunch. So I should definitely leave stuff back. I think my attacks here are Selfless Spirit and Spell Queller. And I leave back Mausoleum Wanderer and Supreme Phantom. Alright, they're actually going to block the Selfless Spirit here. That's a little interesting. I guess it's so I don't get just free blocks next turn. Alright, pass the turn. Again, maybe we are in worse shape than I'm thinking we are. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and flash in Spell Queller here. If they have a counter spell, we have a Dovin's Veto for it. As long as they don't have another Frilled Mystic. Alright, they're going to draw a card here. Spell Queller comes down. And now I just get to pretty much free block this Frilled Mystic. Oh, we drew another Port Town. Alright, now if I attack, do I just die? I definitely don't win. I think I leave the Port Town in hand to act like we have more than what we do. I think I just have to pass through this turn, though. Maybe I should have waited a turn with that attack. They would have been at 9, though. Turn off. Alright, they're going to draw a card with Spectral Sailor. Maybe this is a matchup where I should be bringing in Settle the Wreckage. Maybe I do want the removal spells. And maybe not the Dovin's Veto. Bring in like a Settle the Wreckage. Selfless Spirit's actually pretty good here. Alright, they actually don't attack here. And really what we're looking for is probably a Brazen Borrower. Alright, there's a Brianborn Cutthroat, which I think is fine. And I think they have enough creatures now where they can attack and probably kill us. Alright, there's a Spectral Sailor. Alright, it looks like they're either leaving up a Night Pack Ambusher or a... Okay, or they're trying to draw a card, or they were leaving up a Frilled Mystic. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and concede here. We did not have anything for that. If we did have Settle the Wreckage, though, that would be a major blowout for our opponent. So I think that's something we do bring in, though. We keep the Mystical Disputes in. I think we bring in the Settle the Wreckages. I think I want to cut the Dovin's Veto. I'm more interested in Selfless Spirit than I was before. Blessed Alliance is another one of those cards that is not too bad. I think I trim a couple Spectral Sailors here. And I think Brazen Borrow is probably fine. Imperial Eagle is probably fine. They do have a couple 4-drops that maybe Disdainful Stroke would be good, but Mystical Dispute does take care of those for the most part. And we also have Brazen Borrower if we find it. We haven't found too many Brazen Borrowers, which is kind of frustrating. Maybe I do trim a Rattle Chains or 2 and bring in the Disdainful Strokes. What if I do 1 Disdainful Stroke, 1 Blessed Alliance? I kind of like that. Whenever this or another tap target creature and opponent controls. Okay, I'm more interested in this now, actually. So let's trim a Brazen Borrower and the Blessed Alliance. I'm more interested in the Herald. Let's go ahead and play this. I think this is actually pretty good here. I would like to be on the play, and I'd look at like a decent hand, please. This is not a decent hand. We are going to have to mulligan. And this is also not a keepable hand. Not without knowing for certain that we're going to draw another land. This is really close, but it's just not feasible. Mulligan down the 5. Alright, this is better. We're going to keep this 5, maybe. Maybe I get rid of Spectral Sailor. Keep Mausoleum Wanderer. And Hollowed Fountain. Alright, we're going to keep this. Actually, maybe it's better to keep the Spectral Sailor. Just because of the curve out, I can play 1 and then 2. Maybe that is better. I'm going to start with Mausoleum Wanderer here. Our opponent took a mulligan down the 6, but they do get the draw card. I'm gonna go ahead and play Curious Obsession here, leave up Mystical Dispute. Get in for 2. I'm going to go ahead and Mystical Dispute that because we definitely want to be drawing cards when we can. Alright, there's a Brineborn. I think I'm fine with that. And we drew a Spell Queller, so that's actually really good here. Be careful when you're clicking through that you don't click through your combat phase because then you'll end up losing the Curious Obsession, which is unfavorable. So Curious Obsession probably getting us back in this game. That's pretty exciting. I think I'm going to go ahead and play a Spectral Sailor here on our opponent's turn. And if they react, that's fine, but I don't want them growing their Brineborn if I can help it. Alright, go to our turn. Get in for 3 now. Alright, play a land per turn. Pass. Now we have the ability to Spectral Sailor or play a Spell Queller. Fateful Passage from our opponent. I'm surprised people are actually playing that in Pioneer. I guess if you're constantly or consistently hitting your... I think I just draw, or I think I just untap. we really want to be reactive where we can, so... If we draw a land here, we're probably going to play Spell Queller at the end of our opponent's turn, even if they don't play anything. But we actually drew a Mausoleum Wanderer here. Maybe that's just the play, is Mausoleum Wanderer. Because it acts kind of as a counterspell for instants and sorceries. I think that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and try and play the Spell Queller now. If our opponent has something for it, it's fine. I was going to play it at their end step anyhow, but if we just got a free, be able to kill that for free, I think that's fine. They're probably playing a Frilled Mystic here. Yeah. But next turn I'm going to get to play... Okay, so I'm actually going to play Spectral Sailor here. Let's see, 3, 5, 6. I do have to be wary about losing by accident. Let's go ahead and just attack with the Mausoleum Wanderers. I'm going to go ahead and flash in Spectral Sailor here. So this is a 2-turn clock. We didn't have lethal this turn. There's no point in risking losing the game. There's a Port Town. We'll go ahead and play it. And we'll leave up Spell Queller now. And if they don't have any blockers, this is going to be the game. I think I block here and I guess here. And yeah, with Selfless Spirit in hand and Spell Queller, I don't think our opponent's going to be able to do anything here. So we'll play Selfless Spirit, trigger both our Mausoleum Wanderers. Attempt to get in for 5. And that's the game. So we actually won here. So Blue-Green Flash, decent archetype currently in Standard, is showing up in Pioneer, and Blue-White Spirits was able to take the game there. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Mana Traders, for your sponsorship. Hey guys, please hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. I really appreciate it. It helps support our channel, and we are working towards our goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. And really, we want to kick off this year as best we can, and we're working really hard in trying to get on a consistent schedule for the coming year. Thank you all so much for watching, though. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy today's video, and I will see you in the next match. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out the description below for more Magic the Gathering content. This was Jordan with Crocodile MTG, and we will see you next time.